Hello, the people of the world from Nigeria, across Africa and around the world. This is Smart Madu Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International. Welcoming you to a great new day. First day of April 2025. It's a bright, beautiful day here at the campus of the University of Houston. Yes, Houston, Texas, United States. I chose this venue for this very situation, this very event today, because something mighty happened on this day so many years ago, and led to the birth of an iconic figure. My brother, my father, my counselor, my advisor, the God that I would worship if God was a human being, just in human cabin. Yes, and he's no other person than Professor Patrick Osawaru Ajaja of the University, Delta State University, Abraka. This guy has accomplished so much, and I grew up meeting him as a brother. The age between the two of us is wild. So we see him as a father, we revere him, and he has been such an exemplary leader right from birth to where we are right now. So I am seizing this opportunity to dedicate this special edition of Nigeria Now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International to celebrating his birthday today. I'm so happy to be here. So we're going to sing happy birthday to him, and the people from across the world will be celebrating this iconic figure. All right, let's go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Patrick. Happy birthday to you. You know, this guy and I, if a lot of people are approaching me to write a book about me, and I don't even know where to start from. I turned them down because I believe that it's too early for me to write anything about me. Anybody who wants to write can write. But if I were to write a book, there's only one man who can write at least the first 5 chapters of whatever I'm going to write before I even put my pen down, because he knew me before I was born. He knew me. He was there when I was born. He saw me grow up, and he was my babysitter. We went through all the good and tough of life, the twists and turns of life. We went through it. So that is why when we talk about Nigeria, we talk very passionately about it, because we are talking about a history that we lived through, not what somebody told us. You know what I'm saying? So that is why we went through some very hard time. Yes, he took me in his wings. If there is anybody that, I know there are brothers. I know that I have seen brothers. I've seen senior brothers. I've seen senior sisters. I've seen family members. I've seen all kinds of people, and this man, oh my God, yes. So the reason I'm doing this, so that I wish him he's going to live very long, and all of us will live very long, because we went through some hard time as children, and we must celebrate our old age in a grand style. So, but what I'm saying is this: even if he goes, whenever he has lived very long, we know that he will be celebrated much more than this. I don't believe in giving money to people when they are dead, So this is the best way to celebrate a human being. And this guy we are celebrating is worth it. He merits every inch, every drop of pen that is involved with writing a story about him. He merits every line, every letter that is dedicated to talking about him. And this guy is iconic. We grew up, yes, he was the first of initially 5 children, and things happened. The first 2, between him and I went to the great beyond. And when you ask me, every day people ask me about what is my position in my family, I am number four. I keep number four. I will always say that I'm number four. I am not number two, as people say, because there were people before me, and this guy is first, and that's Professor Patrick Ajaja. Before anything, I would love to talk to him briefly about today and a little bit about our history. Hey, Professor Patrick Ajaja, the world is listening to you from America, from everywhere on earth. How are you today? Happy birthday. We wish you.
I'm fine. Thank you very much. I'm so happy.
Yes. So, what is good? What is today? How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling very, very, very happy. Very, very happy. I'm very grateful to God for seeing today.
Great.
Because what I'm saying is that in 2021, 2022, and 2023, I never knew I would never be alive today. But God saw me through. Today I'm very, very happy.
Great.
Celebrate this day.
Great. We celebrate you in a grand style. We celebrate you in honor. Now, tell us a little bit about your early childhood.
My early childhood is we were born by, in fact, an iconic man who we, all of us respect so much, very hardworking man. So he led us in a way that we so friendly and with have love among all the children, live together, share ideas together, and all those type of things. Then the same thing applied to my mother, and what she preached to us all through was love. Love yourselves. Don't create any division. So because of that, that is the type of thing that has continued to hold us together. If you come to our family, there is no division. Anything that affects one affects the other person. That has been the message of love and unity amongst us. My father was a farmer, and so all of us were committed into acquiring that skill of farming. And even up to now, I still go to the farm. So we are initially, my mother gave birth to 5 children before 2 other children came. And so in all, Ajaja, Augustine has 7 children, and we have been cooperating and working hard together. So my early childhood attended the primary school that is just within our premises, within our community. That is the Roman Catholic primary school, about the Holy Rosary Primary School. Then my secondary school was also in Abavo, St. Charles College, Abavo. Then after that, when I finished the school, I went to Federal School of Arts and Science in Okoja, and did the university there. Then from there, I went to the university. There, I attended so Dakota and read the BSc Zoology. Initially, when we finished this unemployment thing, there's the devil Nigeria. Even as at that time, in 1984, when we finished the unemployment situation in school. So there was scarcity and then difficulty getting job. So I managed to get the teaching job in the secondary school. I was there, and then my ambition actually was to be a hydrobiologist. But after I took the job, my father said fell sick. Till they showed me he died. And I was the first child with other 6 children. So afford to abandon anybody. So I decided to hold on to the teaching. And based on what I was in the university and my ambition as a human being too, because I saw lecturing from afar there. It's a place where you have time to exhibit your academic prowess. So I decided to combine the teaching job with doing the postgraduate program. So I think for Sandwich, I used it doing postgraduate diploma in education. Sandwich, I used it doing a master's in science education before and now eventually did a PhD in science education. I was going to lecture from Madu to the University of Benin, and eventually I graduated from there. That was 1998, PhD in science education. And actually, when I finished too, yeah, before I could see any place where I would have accepted to do lecturing work, but I was so frustrated that I was going back. In fact, I went and picked a form to read MSc in Hyderabad after I've gotten a PhD in the University of Benin. So, because of no space, then later somebody just helped me got a job in the College of Education. Within 3 months, the institute was able to refer to less than 3 months. Because then one of my very good friends now connected me to where I was employed as a lecturer in Delta State University. Since then, that is where I've been and I have gone along the line to attain the status of a professor. So that is where I am. I am married with children, and I think, and I have all my junior ones have been so submissive, very loving, and they care for me so greatly. So I'm very much happy of the
Thank you. Now, yes, thank you very much for that rendition. And now, what you are at the university, Delta State University. What has it been? What has been the experience there? Has it been such a great experience? Starting from when you started to where you are right now.
It has been a great experience, actually. A great experience in the sense is that my mission of contributing toward the development of mankind, I have achieved it so much. I have made a lot of lessons. I have supervised over 50 PhD students. Then the masters and the diploma, postgraduate diploma, I can't just count. There is just one penny, so many. But for the PhD, I think I have supervised over 50 PhD students.
Wow.
And so when I see them and the people I have made, I feel very happy. And I feel that I have actually arrived and achieved my ambition. And I have contributed immensely toward the development of man. And I know all these people cannot so easily forget me.
Okay. Now, what can you say about the state of education in Nigeria generally today?
The state of education in Nigeria generally, there are ups and downs in the whole thing. There are many great institutions, and many people are just have excelled, and we have gone beyond the level what it used to be. But the major challenge of education in Nigeria is the issue of funding and provision of infrastructure for more effective teaching and learning. So that is the greatest challenge, this funding. If it is the universities are well funded, I think the universities, in terms of physical development, would have been able to compare with other universities in both Europe and America. But because of funding, lack of funding, some institutions actually lack the basic infrastructure that would have been used in enhancing the quality of teaching.
Now, if you were to be Minister of Education in Nigeria or for Nigeria, what would you do differently from what those who have been in that position have done all these years to the extent that education is suffering a huge setback, as we all know?
I think I would advocate more funds to be allocated to universities. More funds. Because I remember when I was all the challenges we find in the universities, particularly for the students, and it's not because of poverty and hardship we experience. Because I remember when I was in the university as an undergraduate, the University of Port Harcourt, which I attended, there were a lot of facilities. I start with that the cost of the libraries had very many books. The labs were there because all the courses I did as an undergraduate then, all of them had practicals. I went into all of them. And by 12 o'clock, from 12 to about 6 o'clock, that is the period for practicals. The class sizes were not large at all. Most of us in the biological sciences, I think we were about 60. Then in the hall of residence, before we came, they said the situation was 1 to a room, but in our time, they 3 to a room. And the meal ticket, we used it was 50 kobo.
60 kobo, meal ticket.
Yes, meal ticket, that was it. And then there were cabinetters all around the corridors in the advice. The cabinetter has 2 prongs. The pros one side, it gives you cold water, the other one, it gives you ordinary water. I never swept my room once.
You never swept your room.
Before you come,
People were coming to sweep your room.
yes, they will have swept it and everything. Your mail, they will drop on your bed. Then you go to the dining. You don't come with any cutlery.
Are you talking about Nigeria or America?
Nigeria. That was what it is. And yes.
60 kobo meal ticket, and people were coming to clean your room.
Yes, so they do everything. So then you go to this common room, this one where everybody, after the day's husband going to lecture, and when you go to relax, there are so many indoor games which
you play.
There.
Yes.
Yes. Then this color TV were coming gradually, and all of us with all these wrestlers, new mascaras, Argentina, Apollo, all of them were just wanted to watch them. Then before the year runs out, some states, they used to give a bursary to their students. So those of us who were from old Bender State, we are receiving that bursary. So life was yes, and actually another one to add to it. Now, even where I stay now, for the past 6 months, there is no light. We where I stay right now. But when we were in University of Port Harcourt, there was nothing like power failure. Once the NEPA takes light, the generator of the university is automated. It roars and the light is there. And so that was how life. Then you go to the health center. The health center had a provision. They were doing operation within the house of residents.
You had a health center. You had a health center at the university where they were doing surgery in Nigeria.
Exactly. Within that the premises, so you don't have to. They don't even come and rush students to the teaching hospital. There's, in fact, a product that one that will be able to handle very immediate students' needs. That was how life was when we were undergraduates in the university. And when we are saying it now, it looks
like a movie.
The quality of the food was serious. And when those type of things, there were no off-campus students in our time. Everybody was within the university, resident within the university. So all these problems that mastermind, in fact, got blown off to the issue of cultism. I think it's mainly because of the difficulties the students have that made it possible for them to have venture into this clandestine activities. Otherwise, it was not there at all. You won't even have time. You don't have to go and do good meeting in the bush. It was not there. They were not there. Everything was within the university campus. Everybody was happy. And even there's one we call end of year activities. The end of the year activity as by University of Port Harcourt. At the end of when they are doing all end of year all activities.
Yes.
To have an opportunity of dining with the VC. It was free meal. Everybody, you sit with them, dance with the VC, ask questions, and they provide complete answers to them.
You mean in Nigeria? Are you talking about Nigeria or somewhere in America? Or you're talking about Nigeria, seriously?
Nigeria, University of Port Harcourt. It's Nigeria, not any other place. It's University of Port Harcourt. That was where we were. And so you didn't need anybody to tell you when you see an undergraduate who is just got admission and is coming back for the first holidays. You don't need anybody to because the whole physique and everything will change. And then you'll now be able to say this boy is undergraduate because his behavior and disposition varies. So that was how life was. That was how life. So things started changing actually during after the
Yeah, that's Muhammadu Buhari's school. Yes.
Yeah, that was the genesis, the beginning of all the depreciations in family university.
Buhari.
And all of that.
Wow. Now, today, you are a professor. Now, I don't mean to embarrass you, but you don't have to put any figure. How much salary they pay a professor? Does it sustain life?
I don't think so. How can it sustain life? It cannot sustain life. If it was able to sustain life, why has it been that every time the lecturers always agitated for one? It's not, it doesn't absence of any of that, everybody can just play it. You don't have any of that you can do.
Wow, wow. Okay, all right. Let's go back to family. You were such an iconic figure. I grew up watching you, and you took me places. We 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 fished, we farmed, we did everything together, and you were the man. You were the man who you actually raised me much more than my father did, and because of the responsibility that was entrusted on you at a very young age, and especially at a time when Nigeria was going through what they call civil war, that I believe was a genocide. When
Yes.
both parents were ill, and you took charge, and I was following. What gave you the inspiration to do all that you were able to do? And I remember my mom telling you, Patrick, he will call you, Patrick, if anything happens, because she was sick at the time, if anything happens to me, make sure these two children, make sure if you enter inside a hole, you go into you must take them with you into that hole. Whenever you heard my mother say all those things, how did you feel? What really ran through your mind whenever you heard that?
It's not that if you are hearing it by that time when he was sick, the thing that comes to your mind, you feel bad, thinking that he will soon die. That's the first thing. That and most likely very soon my mom we're going to have. But the thing is that it is what she's doing is just based on sincere love for the children and what he wants us to do, not to fight over anything. Because I think from our family where she was born, they have that gene that stress on love among the children. Because right from their eldest, the Morocco children born by Tata, they have this type of unique character. No matter the disagreement they will have, but when anything is happening to anyone, they prefer to be ready to lay their life down for such type of a member of the family. So it's not then from right from the time he died, when she died, and they were trying to smear her to the type of character that was alien to the family. The eldest brother, Okoloko, decreed that they should bring the corpse of the sister back to the family house, and they took charge and they buried her in the family house instead of leaving her to be buried in the husband's house. Then he went on. I remember when Okoja was walking, he was following this jeep car driver. There was a time in Okoja when they had an accident, and his fate was not known. I said before the information to say that he was not injured and he was okay, the whole house was quiet. Nobody was remained quiet until then. The other one was Simon Morocco. When he was walking, and he had his coffee with one person in the family, and the person told him life to carry his mother, his mother. That was illegal. Then Ogo decreed that until the determination of the district, nobody crosses that compound where the woman is. Everybody. And all of us have to comply with that. He continued. And when he was sick, that is Simon Morocco. And I think, I don't know the type of ailment where it looked like the stool was not even able to come again. And every day there was a case of hopelessness.
Yes.
So there's a very Catholic hospital in Ogwashuku that they treated him. The day Oko asked them to go and bring him, even if he has to die, let him die there. All of us, we didn't go anywhere. All of us were mourning, even when he had not passed on. He continued like that until miraculously they met a woman who gave them a drug that he took, and they blocked. Hello.
Yes, I'm listening. You're listening.
And they blocked intestine.
They opened. Yes.
And they defeated, and they returned. And it was a thing of joy. And to the most recent one, when during the crisis in Abavu, when they plotted to come and kill my mother, she was the only person. And it was the only person in the house. And when the brothers, Simon Oloko and Okunoja, heard that they were about to kill the sister, in spite of the gunfire and everything, they went to the house and said that wherever their brother, their sister dies, that they will equally die. They took the risk, even when the guns were being fired at
inside our compound.
them. So
Yes.
that's to tell you that
Yes.
Yes, is it inside the compound? They wanted to break that gate. It's just because the pan was so strong, and Sonny Parker and Oknoja, they were inside the house when they were firing all those guns. That was why you saw that the motorcycle, they just destroyed the motorcycle. Oknoja parked
Outside.
the gate.
Yes.
So, yes. So what am I saying? That this love which they have for themselves is it didn't start today. It may be they inherited it from their mother. The structure might not be like this now because the grandchildren, some of them have different ways of life. But what it used to be, there was one voice, unity. And look at how God did it. When they were dying, it took turn by turn. The eldest person was the first person to die, and
the next to him.
This one was
Yes.
the least,
Yes.
the last
Was the line.
that died.
Yes.
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 So Johnny, that is a real book first died.
Yes.
Then after that one, Francis Okoloko followed. That is the second.
Yes.
Then after that one, the Okumetika died. After Okumetika, it was
My mom.
the tomb of my mother,
Yeah.
Ajuwe.
Yeah.
Then after that one, it was Uknoja that was the next. Uknoja died. Before finally, the youngest one, which is Sonny Parker. So
Wow.
what am I saying? I'm saying that this love, this bonding love that hold them, which my mother, transferred to us through behavior, and they sometimes verbalize it by telling us to do it. It has a genetic origin, maybe culturally transmitted to them. So that is what it is. So that type of, that is why you see that nothing, actually up to now, nothing comes in between any of us. And so,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hey, listeners from Nigeria, across Africa, and around the world, you've been hearing the voice of Professor Patrick Osawaru Ajaja, my older brother, Without him, there would not be smart Madu Ajaja. I tell you very practically, without him, there would not be this guy that you are seeing, you are watching. Without him, you are not going to be hearing about this voice that has become a huge voice in Nigeria and in Africa. Without him, there would not be me. Before you leave, Patrick, a little bit about my father and Godwin, our my older brother, your younger brother, who passed in about 1969 during the craziness of the civil. Did they say no? I don't believe it was a civil war. It was a genocide. It wasn't a. It wasn't a civil war. During the massacre of innocent and defenseless Nigerians, in the southeast of Nigeria, that impacted us because we were at the periphery of the center of the action. What did you feel at the death of Godwin? Because we saw it. I saw it personally. You saw it, and the emotion it generated. Let's talk about it a little bit about it before you go.
Yeah, it was too emotional, honestly, and it took a very long time before my parents could let go the episode. We were both in the same class. I think that was in primary 3 or so when the thing happened. So I'm thinking that if there were better quality health facilities, I don't think Godwin would have died.
No, I know. Yeah.
In fact, that is the major. 2 of them, it was based on poor health facilities that were not the poor health facilities that was in existence, and that was what really happened to both of them. So it was quite painful, very very painful, and the exit really created a very big vacuum. So that is the much we can. I will not go into the angle of the blame game of evil machination.
Yeah, no, let's leave that. That is in the past, and we survived a very very difficult moment. There was nothing. There was nothing we did not do. We became.
Yes.
I grew up by force. Became an adult by force, and when I did not have enjoy what they say childhood, it was have been this
Because that was the
seriousness.
circumstance.
Yes.
Yeah, the circumstance on the district. My mother was sick, my father was sick,
Yes.
and all other people, because of the civil war, we are only alone. Almost those central, everybody they have
Escaped.
all of them have way escaped to their places in Uyuko. We don't have any person, so we remain alone in the midst of the Biafran soldiers who were digging trenches, expecting the federal troop to come, because the federal troop was already at Agbo, and they were at Undonigbe, and Ababo was in between with the Biafran soldiers.
Abavo missed being a theater by a whisker.
In fact,
It was just a whisker.
the greatest act of God.
Yes.
The greatest act of God. That was what happened, because Abavo would have suffered the same thing that Asaba and what do you call it? Around of Wash.
Yes. Yes.
That was it.
Yes.
Because during this period, these 2 ends there, it was where the Biafran soldiers left the previous night.
Yes.
They were there and met the federal troop at Ishiago. And the Biafran troop laid an ambush for them. Here there was so many carnage. And at the end, all the men there in Ishiago were all killed. Many of them who were there. So the same thing would have happened to Ababo. I won't forget the episode of that day, because the day they liberated Ababo, it was a kind day. I was at home. I was just cooking, and guess what I was cooking? It was rice. You know what, my mother, if you want to send you message, and not this one that people eat rice every time. Rice was a delicacy.
Yes. It
So
was a ceremonial food, not for everybody.
yes, so now
Yeah.
honor you. Don't worry. Do this thing. You are going to
I'm
cook
gonna
rice.
cook rice. Yeah.
So just ask me to go and cook rice. And we were cooking. That was about 3:30, 4 o'clock. So immediately we this chain firing started around that of Mole's compound. And so that compound where the mill is now, all of us, cook, 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 all of us now started jumping to the bush. At the end of the day, after about 10, 20 minutes, we now had people shouting, "One Nigeria."
One Nigeria that is not one. One Nigeria that is not one.
All of
Yes.
us came out from the bush to
Yeah.
first of all see the federal troop.
They were not
That
federal
was how.
troop, my brother. That's what they call them. They were not federal troop. They were invaders.
That
Yes.
was what they called them.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that was how Ababo was liberated, and the federal troop were able to move from Agbo across towards Warri and the Sapele. That is just.
Now, from there to where Nigeria is now, do you think Nigeria has made any progress? You are a citizen of Nigeria, and you have a right to say it. Yeah, you don't have to be political. Do you think Nigeria has made any progress with the way things are in Nigeria right now?
Mm, I can say that Nigeria has made some progress. The area in opening up Nigeria, because Nigeria was not as open as this one at all. Nigeria was not as open as it is now.
When you say open, what does it mean? What does it translate economically to the people? Well, the people live in mass poverty. What does opening mean? Are you talking about opening and the people can see one another from the darkness that it was? Perhaps you think it was at the time.
I think that is the one, because awareness, because we are not so much the having access to the other parts of the world was not there at all. Now, it was the war that opened the eyes of people, television and all of that things, means of communication,
Okay.
having access, people traveling all over. Because before the war, the traveling abroad was the exclusive reserve of only some of these big families, the royal families and all the big people then. But after the war, the eyes of the people were open. I know that this, in terms of individual development and all, we are not getting it as much as we can. And what is it is because of the planning. The planning, Nigeria, the planning is very poor. They don't plan for anything. Let me look at one peculiar example. The population of Nigeria,
yes,
seems to overwhelm every infrastructure.
Absolutely.
And that would have been used for the development in Nigeria. I remember when I was in the University of Port Harcourt, Federated Union of Bender State students. How many were we? We are not up to. I don't believe we are up to 200. But now, one village alone in one campus of this university is in thousands. So, how can the
infrastructure support that population? Yeah.
At all. It cannot. It's not able to match the population. That is why most of these things are happening. Overpopulation is one major factor that is creating the problem in Nigeria. And what people have acquired alone before is now the envy of a lot of persons. And so because of that, there will always be fight over it. Only you have this one.
Now, Okay, go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead and finish your statement.
Only you can have this one. So there must be a fight to take it over from you. And so that
Now, from the
is the fight.
standpoint,
The only way,
go ahead.
go ahead.
Go ahead. Finish.
No, I said from it is only when we think about how to plan well and execute our plan that we'll be able to move further and put this country in a better perspective. That is it.
Okay.
So
Well,
we don't have to be thinking, let us start now. Let it be as if we are starting afresh and start building on from here, build on what we have now to correct, if possible, to make amends to the ills of the society that have existed before.
okay. From the standpoint of an educationist, what do you think the proliferation of more universities uh, is anything good in Nigeria, especially with the dilapidation of the existing ones? Underfunding, you said earlier, that makes teaching and learning most difficult. What is the use creating more universities, turning out thousands of students that come out without jobs at the end of the day?
Uh, the the building of more universities have its own advantages and disadvantages. The first one is that increasing the number, I don't want to align myself with proliferation. Proliferation means you are creating it anyhow without any need for it. Because since the private universities came now, it looks like the university is now being built for the sake of money making, no longer based on the needs, based on the demand of the society for spaces to go to school. So, if there were times where admission was very, very difficult, people had the intention of going to the university, but they could not get admission. Now that we have more universities, more people have opportunity to go to school and become educated and be transformed. And the transformation comes in different ways. Their knowledge and awareness changes. Let us not talk about so much of the quality. The awareness first, before we can talk about the quality of the degree. But now, the demand, the complaint about finding a space to go and read has reduced, and it has helped those people who were not having a hope of going to the university to go to university, and to some extent, it has improved the quality of the workforce that are available to work in different institutions and organizations. That is the good side. That is dousing the tension over not having a place to read or to go to acquire university education. But the proliferation is one of the major problems that is emanating from the educational system because of overproduction of a particular step of manpower. Because the universities are being built and the courses are offered without thinking about where the people can work. If you produce graduates, like for example, there are some fields that the demand is not as high as
In other, yeah.
Yes, but now you overproduce them. At the end of the day, what do? You are going to create unemployment in that area because you have produced them, and as human beings, because that is what is happening, the frustration is they have is that they are graduates, they don't have anything. Now, after having that one, there are some other jobs you would have done, but you now said, I have a degree, but I can't do this type of job. So, unless they are going to retrain those people so that they become employable, that is the only way they can correct this. Otherwise, the way as it stands, as the turning out graduates of a particular area where the chances of getting a place where they demand them is very limited. It's creating a very serious unemployment problem. Like in my teaching area, before when I was in the university, I didn't do education. I did a first degree BSc Zoology. It was later, and those who were doing education, the federal government placed them on scholarship. They agreed to do education, they will give you scholarship. But now, what is the situation? Because of overproduction of education graduates, even teachers, those who graduate as a teacher, they have no place, no job for them. It becomes that the same government that was paying them to do education so that immediately you come and they give you a job. Now, they select the people who they are going to come with snack that if you are about this age, you can no longer be employed. And so that is that. That's why you see many of them at home with their education graduates, yet they have no job. Those who are employed in the private schools, I just paid stipends, some between 15 to 20,000. How can the people survive? So those are the two ends of the proliferation of tertiary institution. The first one I have said is that of leading the production of
Overproduction. Yes. Yes.
The causes of unemployment now, quite unlike what might be in Europe and America, where people are admitted based on specification that immediately they finish, they have a place, they can do the job. Then the second one, which was on the good side, that there was a time people were finding it difficult to have
access to education.
To university education.
Yes. Yes.
To university education. That with the building up of more universities now, some of everybody, no, in fact, that tension has been down seriously.
Thank you very much, Professor Patrick Ajaja, my dear brother, my dear brother, my dear brother. I love you so much, and for all you did, for the inspirational leadership you have provided at the family level, both two families. And before you go, I'm going to ask you one or two more questions. You are here right now. You are celebrating today. I'm gonna have to really bring you back for a more detailed interview. This was impromptu. It was not planned. Now, I want to specifically thank you. Let me not even ask you any more questions. I want to thank you for the role you played in making me possible. I don't know. You may not know that, but I just have to really confess to to you for that. That if not you, I don't. My father was a good man, great man. My mom was a great man. Yeah, but they had so much confidence in you, and you did not let them down. I wish families. I'm sorry about what we are doing right now. We don't have families anymore. Families are no longer the type of families it used to be. We used to have this type of closeness that we ate from one auntie's house to the other. In every day, it was every day. All of us will come. All of us who grew up at that time, me, Friday, you, Tony, Ife, one other, all of that. We were moving from one family house to the other, and then we eat today, that I don't think that is possible anymore. With the way the country is, with the way things have changed all over. I just wanted to say thank you. And most importantly, remember, I was a hard head, and we had a lot of fights, because of my stubbornness. you were you were you were just you were just if there was anyone that I would say fear. It was not fear that you will kill me or you hate me. It was fear that I didn't want to offend you and do the wrong thing that you did not do, and I'm very happy that my mom and my dad had such a high profile confidence in you that you were capable, and you did a fantastic job, and you have not stopped being that leader. I remember when I got admission to University of Port Harcourt to read biochemistry. You told me something, and I was angry with
Yes.
you. I was mad. Like, okay, you went to the University of, but you don't want me to go. You asked me one question.
Okay.
If you finish from biochemistry, your father has no lab to build for you. Where do you going to end up in the same classroom like I did? And that touched me. And you told me, if you go back to the school of nursing, you can still be anything you want to be. And truly, I am many things right now today, and it was all because of you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you for the love you showed us. You did not abandon us as many first sons would do when their parents die. You were there for us, from even made my sister go back after she finished her high school. She went back to class 3 to start again. And I really thank her. Obedere Ibao, let me talk to her. Let her hear, let her relate to what we are talking about. Hello? Hello? Hey, Nigerian network here. This guy is a phenomenal guy. Nigeria refused to celebrate him. We are celebrating him. He's our Minister of Education. He's the best thing that. Hello, Patrick. Hello? Hello? Yeah. He's the best thing that there is to be. He's the best brother that anybody could wish for. He's the best father anybody could wish for. So that is why I take his case so personal. You touch him, you touch me. You fight him, you fight me. You bless him, you bless me. And you will receive the best of honor from me. Yes. Patrick, are you still there?
Yes.
All right. I just say thank you. Is Oberiri there?
No, Lago.
Oh, Lagwo? Okay. Yes. So,
Uh,
yeah. So this is an iconic man. Iconic man. Iconic man. I told him. And right, his words were very prophetic. He's a very wise man. He looks so deep into the future. He's a very futuristic man. He's a planner. He never gets anything wrong. Like I said, if he was a god that we should worship, that's the only god I worship here. And we is the one man who will tell me stop, and I will think about really stopping. Yes, yeah, yeah. I would think about stopping. I remember when my mom died in 2014. Everybody was telling they declared me wanted in Delta State because I stood up for my people. They were telling me, "Don't come home, don't come home." The only person I was trying to listen to, but he never said that, and he didn't tell me not to come home. Never, because he knew
well,
who I was. He knew that
yeah.
I would not accept to not come home to bury my mother. He he didn't say anything. Yes, and I came home and did what we have to do, and it was fun. This is a rare brother. He did not corner all of my father's properties into himself. When he came, I told him I didn't want anything. He said, "No, you cannot say that. You can't say that. You have a right. Even the women, everybody, nobody. We don't repress women in our house. Thank, thank you for all that great job. We love you and we appreciate you. Thank you very much. Well, tell something to the people of the world before you leave. If you have anything further to say, especially the young Nigerian people who appear to be lost. In the world. tell them, talk to them, just a few minutes so we can round off and you can go about your business today. I love that we had this done today. I really love this. Thank you very much, sir.
Well, uh, I don't have so much to tell them. The only thing I want to tell them is that they should look to the future with hope, and they should not think that this hardship which we are facing will remain there forever. It will not. Is going to change one day, and I will employ them to develop themselves, think positively, and think of how to make yourself a great person. Don't wait. Don't say that because things are hard, I will not do anything. No. Still develop yourself so that when the opportunity comes, that you're needing the people of who are developed like you are, you can easily enter into the position. But if you fail and they say, I won't do anything, I will do it because of the hardship, the unemployment, and all the sort, you find that time will not wait for you. And when the time comes, you will not be part of it. You will not be part of the opportunity. Then the other one is that think of how to be honest. Honest in the sense that you work hard and expect the reward of
your hard work.
the
Yes.
hard work.
Yes.
And yes, in fact, you must work hard to change the situation. That is the major thing. If you don't work hard, you are going to remain poor. And the cutting edge is cutting how do I put it? Trying to just
Cut corners.
cut corners. It's not going to help you in any way at all.
Absolutely.
Just embrace, work hard, and achieve, and that will change your dynamics. And also, I want you to be ambitious. Many of the young men are no longer ambitious. I think that is just one major thing. If you look at Europe and America, the young people are ambitious and thinking of how to go to
Yeah, network, cut us off here. Well, you've been listening to Professor Patrick Ajaja. This is just a tip on the iceberg of what he represents. I did not plan this. I just wanted to surprise him, and I called him up this morning. Yes,
because be
yes,
ambitious and channel your energies towards your vision. You must have a vision. You must have a focus. If you don't have vision, then how are you going to grow? You cannot grow.
absolutely, absolutely.
At all.
Yes,
So have a vision, then the vision, uh, uh, try to convert the vision into focus.
absolutely.
And absolutely you will achieve.
Thank
The
you.
society will become better.
Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate this day where I'm full of joy that we're able to do this. But on another day, I'm going to give you an up close, everything from the beginning to where we are right now. God bless you and a happy birthday. I will talk to you later. Much love from here, sir. And on behalf of Open Nigeria and ONN, we wish you a happy birthday. God's blessings and protection, great health, and God's protection. Yes, bumper to bumper, left, right, and center, east, west, north, and south. When they are kidnapping, it will not come near you and any member of our family because we have always stood up for the people. We have always sacrificed for the people. We did everything. We did so much for our hometown that we even sacrificed our mother for the liberation of our hometown. Nobody does that. It's but only very rare people. We love you, Patrick, and I'll come back and and talk to you later.
It's all right. Thanks.
All right, thank you, sir. Yes, that's my big brother. Yes, when you say big brother, that's a big brother. It's not greedy. It's not a thief. It's not corrupt. In fact, it's holy. Yeah, that's why I said I know when I say if there was to be a human God, I will worship him. Yeah. He everything about him is right. He does everything right. He strives to do everything right. You never go wrong way around him. You never do anything crazy around him. You never do anything crooked around him. He will tell you no. And it doesn't matter who you are. Yes, I am a version. I am the vocal version of him. My mom and my dad. Thank you very much, all you who tuned in to help me celebrate this iconic brother, counselor, leader, father, and everything. I love you guys. And I will see you in our next stream. Bye for now. Much love from ONN and Smart Madu Ajaja. And you guys have a great day and a great week ahead of you. Bye.